Hello and welcome to this video where I will be explaining about running and analyzing an aggregation query on the vehicles collection of our database using Compass tool. My name is Ajit Varnekar. I am a student at Technological University of Shannon pursuing Masters in Data Analytics. This is the second part of my video in continuation of the part 1 where I have explained about running and analyzing aggregation queries on the Mongoose shell environment. I also explained an overview of the database, that is vehicles collection, and few tips for writing and analyzing aggregation queries. I've taken a query for an example to demonstrate. That is, consider all vehicles launched after 2012 and having diesel energy. So this is the filter that we have to perform in our query. Then we are returning it make, model, energy, and calculating a new field called ownership cost, which is having a calculation in it that indicates the total cost of owning a vehicle for 5 years. Oh, great. Assuming an average of 12,000 miles driven per year and a maintenance cost of 1,000 per 5 year. Then we are sorting the results based on the ownership cost in ascending order. Also, we are assuming the fuel price for $0.2. Already told in the part 1 of my video, it is always a good habit to split the query into different stages when we are solving with the aggregation queries. So let's do stage by stage. The first stage would be your match, that is filter the documents. We have 1,000 documents, we have to filter it only to the vehicles which have energy of diesel and year launched after 2012. That's what we do it in Compass now. So this is the Compass tool, and this is my database, vehicle database, which has 1,000 documents in it. And I'm going to vehicles collection in the database. Now you can see I'm in the aggregation tab of the Compass, and I will create a new pipeline and add a new stage here. Add a new stage. Just for a better viewability, I will just go to the autofocus mode of this. Now I can see in clear view. Now these are the stage inputs, which are all 1,000 documents are the input to this first stage. Here only the sample of 10 documents are shown, which contains all the fields. As I told, first we need to filter it. That's why I'm using match filter over here. I'm using a match filter, and I'll just run this query and add this. I'll add a match filter to match the required criteria, and once I paste the query over here, it will give me the stage output, and it has 4 documents in it which is matching the criteria. Let's say that year launch 2012 year we are given, it should be greater than 2012, and you can see all the documents over are 2013, 2013, and year launch 2013, which are greater than 2012. Cool. Now I will go and add one more stage to it. When we add one more stage, you can see it is not having all the 1,000 documents. Why? Because always in aggregation queries, the output of the previous stage will be acted as input to the another stage, next stage. So in this stage, we have got only 4 documents matching the criteria, and this will be acted as an input to the next stage. Now I will add one more filter to this, that is add field. We have few assumptions in our query, that is I will add new field here, and I will run this query. That is, we have few assumptions, that is fuel price is assuming as $0.2, and we are calculating the ownership cost for 5 years. That's why we are saving this variable 5 in one variable called number of years. For that, it will be easier for me to calculate it instead of giving a static value. So I added these 2 fields in all the documents. You can see it here. fuel price and number of years, which is not there in input field, is being added in the stage output. Once these fields are being added, I need to calculate it. I need to calculate driving cost, what is the maintenance cost, and what is the ownership cost. So for this calculation, I will create one more stage and I will add these fields again in the document. I'll go and add one more stage. And even this stage is called add field stage, and I will add the driving cost and maintenance cost for it. How driving cost will be calculated? The value of driving cost is calculated by multiplying the fuel price, number of years it is being driven, that is 5, fuel price is 0.2, multiplied by the number of miles driven and average MPG. We'll divide 12,000, which is, we are assuming that in the query that he has driven 12,000 miles per year, and dividing it by mileage, and this result we are multiplying with fuel price and number of years. This will give the driving cost for 5 years, and then we are adding this driving cost field in a document. You can see this driving cost is being added in the document, and also we are adding maintenance cost of 1000 in this document. Now we have calculated driving cost and maintenance cost. Now we need to calculate ownership cost, which is the sum of driving cost and maintenance cost. This I will be doing it in the next stage and project only the required fields in the next stage. So I will create one more stage here, and you can look into the input. It has all the unnecessary fields which I don't require it. So I need to project only few fields in it. So I will go to project, and this stage is used to project and select only the required fields in the pipeline. In this case, I need make, model, energy, MPG, the driving cost calculated, and the ownership cost. Of course, the ownership cost is the sum of driving cost and maintenance cost. But I need to round it off. I need to round it off to the 2 digit. So I used round function over here to round it off to 2 digits. Now if we look into the stage output, see, it has projected or retrieved only the required documents: make, model, MPG, energy, driving cost, and ownership cost. And the ownership cost is rounded off to 2 digits. Now I need to sort it. I need to sort it based on the ownership cost. So I will create one more stage here. And select sort from the drop down, and I will sort it based on the ownership cost. Let me sort it based on ascending order. Now if we look into this, the BMW, the X5 model of BMW make will cost of $1,600 for 5 years. So if you're owning a BMW car, it will cost only $1,600 per 5 years. 5 years. Whereas Sierra 1500 GMC will cost you around $3,000 for 5 years. This is, of course, BMW may cost more, but as per our database, the ownerships are calculated as this way. The cheaper is the BMW, and the top highest will cost by GMC for this particular filter. So this is the usage of the compass tool, that you can analyze the stage by stage input and output for the query and aggregation pipeline. So once you are done with this, you can close this view and run this query here, and this will give this the final output. which is nothing but the final stage output. With this, I will end up the video for today. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.